Way back in 2018, the city was approached by a potential major donor and said, we're ready to invest in something for the people of Rock Island. So we put together a proposal, and it was all about workforce development because we thought that's what they wanted to hear. And we shared that with them, and the reaction was really like, is that really what the community wants? That was the first important question they asked us. Second question was, are you dreaming big enough? This is not big enough. And as a nonprofit organization, we don't get asked that question very often. So we were happy to go back and dream bigger. We knew that in order to do that, we did need to answer that first question. Is this really what the community wants? So following that, we hired a consulting firm. We worked on a participatory assessment, community assessment with the people in the West End of Rock Island, with the business owners, the homeowners, the residents. And that was in 2020 and 2021. It took a little bit longer because of COVID. But we completed the assessment. We shared the results in September of 2021. Following those results, we put together a task force to select a steering committee for the planning phase. So first was the assessment phase, and then we went into the planning phase. There was a steering committee. There were 6 different working groups that were comprised of community members and who volunteered their time to look through the recommendations from the assessment to see which ones were viable, which ones were most important to get started on before the other ones, to see which organizations, which people were already working on some of these areas, to see what it would cost, like what would specific objectives look like. That was the planning phase. That took about 18 months. But we really had some wonderful participation, and a lot of people volunteered a lot of their time because they felt so passionately about this. In March of 2024, we shared the first 3-year plan, implementation plan for the West End Revitalization. We know that this is going to be a long-term initiative, that 3 years is only just getting started, but you have to start somewhere. And it's hard to write a budget for year 30 when you're only in year 1. So we started initially with a 3-year plan, an implementation plan for the West End Revitalization. We're working with different partners who have come forward and have resources and want to partner to do some of the activities that are in the plan. It means we are looking for resources, specifically funding, to do some of the activities that are outlined in the plan. And it means that we're moving forward in a way that's transparent, and so we're in the implementation phase right now. Nothing moves as fast as we'd really love for it to move. Like things move slowly. It takes time for funding to come in. We have funding right now to keep our team in place and to do some basic activities to get started. Right now we've got an extra pot of money that is set aside just for participatory budgeting. That's a process we're working through right now. And in the meantime, we are looking for additional funding because we have big dreams and big plans, and we know that will take big funding as well. We're working on it. It's taking time to come through. We have big dreams and big plans, and we know this will require big funding. And this is part of what we're working on because we're committed to seeing this happen. We're committing to seeing the West End of Rock Island revitalized in the way that it deserves to be.